Joe Biden has announced his running mate for the most consequential US election of the modern era. He is set to take on a wannabe dictator who has corrupted the Justice Department and will once again accept foreign interference in the upcoming election. And Joe will do this with Kamala Harris as his VP nominee. Let's get into it.
We came to fight. We came to take what was meant to be ours. There's no place to hide.
For the first time, your next Vice President of the United States, Kamala Harris.
I want to start this episode by saying Biden is not perfect, and nor is Harris. In fact, from the perspective of a progressive, they're far from it. However, democracy is on the line, and a return to normality, no matter how bad that may have been for the majority of Americans, is worlds apart from plunging into a failed state run by a wannabe fascist. Now, anyone who watches this channel understands that I didn't believe a corporate Democrat was the best person to run against Trump in 2016. And it turns out, I was right. Additionally, I didn't believe Joe was the best candidate to take Trump on in 2020, and as a result, I found it hard to think he would nominate the right VP. And I find myself torn with Harris. That said, given the candidates that were being genuinely considered, I believe she is head and shoulders above the rest. But this episode won't be all sunshine and rainbows for the new duo. Unlike those that back a team blindly, I care primarily about policy, and I'm not too focused on the letter next to a candidate's name, nor am I overly concerned with their gender or ethnicity. I had zero confidence Biden was intending to select a progressive as his VP, and he clearly hasn't. Harris was, by all accounts, an excellent prosecutor, but she has a checkered past with criminal justice and the crime bill, which will hurt her amongst progressives. And so it should. Being a Democrat doesn't mean you're above criticism. That said, she will absolutely destroy Mike Pence in any and all debates, in both style and, more importantly, substance. VP debates this cycle will look like a giant squashing an ant as he utters from underneath the shoe, "Donald is coming to save me." Secondly, I don't think Joe has any intentions of running for a second term. I think he fully intends on being a one-term president. And like her or not, Harris is ready to do the top job and will only be more prepared with 4 years under her belt as VP. The question then isn't should you vote for a Biden-Harris ticket or should she be the VP. In my estimations, given what's on the line, you probably should, but your vote is just that, your choice. And amongst the candidates Joe had shortlisted, she was at the top of the pack and has earned the nomination. The question is, if elected, will she do enough in 4 years to earn the progressive vote for president in 2024? Will she try and unite the liberal and progressive parts of the Democratic base by giving progressives even a single thing they care about and not ignoring them as most Democrats have done to date? Will she push Biden towards Medicare for all? Will she back the Green New Deal in a substantial way? Will she champion a national minimum wage increase to $15 an hour? And the dream of all progressives, will she work to introduce a constitutional amendment to get corporate PAC money out of politics? Now, I fear, however, this moderate duo of Biden and Harris will be unwilling, nay incapable of achieving any of these progressive goals. If you want deep systemic change, it's clear. The Democratic Party is not offering that on this ticket. They are, however, offering a past packaged in a far less harmful and in no way authoritarian way. Compared to Trump, that's saying quite a bit. Systemic change, however, is now up to you and how you vote in these down-ticket races. Are incumbent Democrats being primaried by progressives? If so, vote for a progressive. I don't have much faith in corporate Democrats. This was, in my estimation, an opportunity lost, an opportunity to drive a nail into the proverbial coffin of the Republican Party. A party that has moved so far right that they're now calling presidential candidate who has said that he would veto Medicare for All bill a socialist. A party so far right that they're calling Harris's tough on crime history liberal. A party that has moved so far right it has left room for Democrats to occupy the centre-right lane. Kamala, you have been appointed the future of the Democratic Party, and I fear that future you represent is identical to the past that led people to abandon Democrats and vote for Trump in the first place. Please, I am begging you, work with Joe to beat Trump in 2020, and when elected, work with the base of your party to try and understand that progressive policies are popular, not just amongst your base, but amongst Americans as a whole. And if you do that, you can become truly transformative, not only by bettering your nation, not only by building back your middle class and by assisting those who are struggling, but by cementing yourself as president in 2024. But if you can't, if you won't, well, just being a Democrat isn't enough anymore. Your nation is screaming out for change, and if you won't deliver, they'll vote in someone who will. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please like and subscribe, and hit the bell so you stay up to date with all of our videos.